Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody today? I tell you what, I have the slows today, if I can be perfectly honest. And I was wondering, what have I eaten that has actually, I won't say it's drained my energy, but I just don't feel like doing anything today. In Virginia right now, it is 8:45. That's very late for me to start doing my juicing episodes. But I want to say good morning, everybody. Good morning, little children. I know you're excited about the change in the weather, and I was as well. I just have to wrap my brain around the changing of the seasons, but I'm excited about it because I'm alive to enjoy it. How about you? Are you excited to be up today and about? I wanted to tell y'all, last week I made myself some what is that? Homemade Cracker Jacks or maple popcorn and pecans. And ate some last night because I made a big pot of it. And I thought, why is my energy level, or why is it that I'm feeling a little bit fatigued or lethargic? I don't want to do nothing. I'm like, oh boy. I sat in my prayer room this morning and really just sat in one space and talked to God and all of that, but I still didn't want to get up and juice. But I believe that somebody is interested in knowing the process of what makes this body really, really, really function at peak performance. And I realize that even though maple syrup is a better sugar, that maple syrup just at the end of the day, when I get up in the morning, I don't have the level of energy that I normally do have. And so that's how sensitive I am to my body. I don't know about you guys, but I really am concerned about how I feel, because when I feel good and my mind is alert and sharp, then I'm able to do the things that I need to do in the course of the day. So, with that being said, even though we have things that we really enjoy, we still can't overindulge in things that are has sugar. And maple syrup is a type of sweetener, it's a type of sugar. And so I OD'd, I confess that I really did. It tastes really good. And of course, when something tastes good, what does it do? It helps with our emotions, but not necessarily is it good for us. So, what I want to say to you guys, if you decide to do the maple popcorn, make a small batch, just enough that you can have for that day. And then if you want to do it next month, then do it again. But don't binge on it like I did, because that's been since Saturday that I made the maple popcorn, and I just made a big enough batch to carry me. And here it is, Friday. So with that being said, good morning, everyone. It is a good day to have a good day. No matter what we feel, we still have to get up, keep it moving, and keep it pushing. The juice that we're going to do today, because I haven't been grocery shopping, is a very simple juice, and it is celery. Y'all know I love Granny Smith apples. So it's celery, apples, and then I have a little piece of ginger down there. And one of the things that I don't run out of in my refrigerator is Granny Smith apples, because sometimes you just want some apple juice. And um, when you have your apple juice, you're getting a lot of nutrients from your apple juice. Want to cover quite a bit of information today. Going to talk about something that I hadn't talked about in a while, but I see it coming up when we're giving the benefits of certain fruits and vegetables, and that's cardiovascular disease. Never knew. Whenever I saw it, I thought, okay, cardio, I know it has something to do with your I thought with just your entire core. But cardiovascular disease is heart disease. And for those of you who are like, wow, she is really doesn't know. I didn't know. I really did not know what cardiovascular disease meant. So I'm learning, and I'm hoping that you're enjoying the journey of learning with me. Don't forget to go to the description box. Please, please subscribe, because it helps me to get the word out. I want to get the word out to people who are having a hard time with understanding why they feel the way they do. You have to learn to listen to your body. You have to love yourself, but you don't love yourself so much that you OD on something. And I want to say to you all, I got flowers on yesterday. My oldest son brought me flowers to my job on yesterday and told me he was proud of me. And that, it really touched my heart. And I told him, don't spend your money on getting mama flowers. Just knowing that you love me was love enough. But you know what? He knows that I love sunflowers. And so he had them to put sunflowers in the bouquet. I really do love sunflowers. I think it's an amazing flower. It's a happy flower. And I have artificial ones that I put out once the spring weather comes in, and I keep them out until Christmas. So enough said about my life, but thank you, George. That was very, very kind of you. So I want to say to you all that cardiovascular disease is heart disease. It is heart and blood vessel disease. Includes numerous problems, many of which are related to a process called author, atherosclerosis. And see, I thought atherosclerosis was more related to arthritis, but I realized that it actually is not, and it is a heart condition. Atherosclerosis is a condition that develops when a substance called plaque builds up in the walls of the arteries. The buildup narrows the arteries, making it harder for blood to flow through. If a blood clot forms, it can block the blood flow. This can cause a heart attack or stroke. Heart attack occurs when the blood flow to a part of the heart is blocked by a blood clot. If this clot cuts off the blood flow completely, the part of the heart muscle supplied by that artery begins to die. Most people survive their first heart attack and return to their normal lives, enjoying many more years of productive activity. But experiencing a heart attack does mean that you need to make some changes. Lifestyle changes that your doctor recommends may vary according to how badly your heart was damaged and to what degree of heart disease caused the heart attack. Now, I want to go back to that because it says it cuts off, there's plaque that builds up. And we know that the foods that we eat, like that we are juicing, ginger, that moringa powder, the lemon, especially when we have the lemon in it, but everything that the pineapple, it goes in and it scours the blood vessels. And we really, really, really need to incorporate those things in our diet. Another problem with cardiovascular disease, it causes a stroke, which occurs when a blood vessel that feeds the brain gets blocked, usually from a blood clot. Now, I'm not telling you this to frighten you, but I do want us to be informed so that we'll understand what is actually going on in our body. I don't think I have my friend with me, my little poster. I haven't shown him this week or it this week, but I do know this, that I wanted to show us that area of the body where those blood vessels are blocked, and we need to be careful with that. And that's why I'm talking about this today. When the blood supply to part of the brain is cut off, some brain cells will begin to die. We don't want any cells to die, right? We don't. We want our circulatory system where that blood flows smoothly in our body, and that's why we juice. And that's why we juice antioxidant rich juices. That's why we do our green juices. And that's why we actually make sure that we get the nutrient rich fruits and vegetables in our diet so that we can take care of the total body, the total person, and especially our blood vessels. And so when we get those folates or those B vitamins in, it is helping to get the blood vessels to be washed out and cleansed. All right. The good news is that sometimes brain cells don't die during stroke. Instead, the damage is temporary. Over time, as injured cells repair themselves, previously impaired function improves. And then what is the heart failure? Sometimes called congestive heart failure, means the heart isn't pumping blood as well as it should. Heart failure does not mean that the heart stops beating. That's a common misperception. Instead, the heart keeps working, but the body's need for blood and oxygen isn't being met. Are we understanding that? I didn't realize that. And so we need oxygen. And what did we give last week? we gave a list of oxygen-rich foods, did we not? We gave a list of oxygen-rich foods, and I want to give us that list because, again, I have my folder with me instead of doing certain things, but I want to give us that oxygen-rich food list because I don't want to see anybody get sick when there are ways that you can help yourself. So I'm just going to give you the list, okay? Lemons, grapes, avocados. These are oxygen-rich foods, which give us cardiovascular health. Pomegranates, kiwi, all kinds of berries. The vegetables are spinach, beetroot, carrots, garlic, beans, turmeric, organ meat, and so that's a pretty substantial list, guys, right? So you want me to go over that again? Okay. Lemons, grapes, avocados, and these are oxygen-rich foods which help people who have heart disease, cardiovascular disease. Even though we get older, we don't want our blood vessels to be plaque-filled and with blood clots that or blood that where our blood can't flow smoothly through the body. And then we have those foods, the antioxidant-rich foods that keeps the body where that blood is not clotting, meaning clotting to the point that it can't cause the blood to go through. But we want foods that are rich in antioxidants, those red vegetables and fruits that get in and clean off the plaque that's built up in the arteries. And that does come, I do know this, that comes from fatty foods. And so we do want to be careful and we do want to do the right things for our bodies. Pomegranates, kiwi, all types of berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, all of those berries that I don't even know that exist. But all of those berries, we need those in our system to help the oxygen to get in the bloodstream. Spinach, beetroot, carrots, garlic, beans, turmeric. All right? And those are oxygen-rich foods. Arrhythmia refers to an abnormal heart rhythm. There are various types of arrhythmia. The heart can beat too slow, too fast, or irregularly. Bradycardia, or a heart rate that's too low, is when the heart rate is less than 60 beats per minute. And tachycardia, or a heart rate that's too fast. Then you have, with that cardiovascular disease, you have heart valve problems. When heart valves don't open enough to allow the blood to flow through as it should, a condition called stenosis results. When the heart valves don't close properly and thus allow blood to leak through, it's called regurgitation. If the valve leaflets bulge or prolapse back into the upper chamber, it's a condition called prolapse. Now, we're learning a lot of stuff, but as we get older, I want to say, as we get older, and some young people are dealing with this because they don't have a fiber-rich, antioxidant-rich diet and not understanding. But I do want you to eat well, eat clean, take care of yourself. Please, whatever you do, juice and love on yourself enough to take care of yourself. So I wanted to tell y'all that's what cardiovascular disease is. So now listen at this. When we do, so we want oxygen to get to the body, because I know that when they say cardiovascular, and then if you've ever been to the gym or you watch or you exercise on TV, I used to do Taebo a lot because I love the workout. But when they're saying you're doing cardio, what it is you are actually getting your heart rate up. You're getting oxygen to flow through the body. And so this is what cardio does, cardio exercise. And I'm going to give you all a list of those, and then we're going to make our juice. Cardio improves many aspects of health, meaning the exercise. Cardio including heart health. So I'm not saying for those of you who have already been diagnosed with heart problems that you jump out into an exercise routine. That is ridiculous and that is lack of knowledge. But what I am saying is, why don't you do something for 2 minutes? Start out with just 2 minutes. If it's nothing but walking down your street and back up, or walking through your house, whatever makes you comfortable. But why don't you get started? Because for me, I've already gotten started on preparing my body to start doing something more exercise wise. I love cardio workout, but it also helps mental health. It helps with your mood, helps you to sleep better, helps with weight regulation and getting your metabolism going. Actually, listen at this, cardio, and that's why they want you to do cardio workouts. Actually, the heart becomes more efficient with every beat as it pumps oxygen carrying blood. The lungs more effective in taking in oxygen, and the muscles more equipped to use more oxygen. It's just a matter of just doing some type of movement. And even if you just marched in place, because what does that do for you if you just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you just marched in place, moving your arms, you're getting, believe it or not, you might not be able to tell, but you're getting blood flowing into the body. I just want us to be well. And I really want my family to be well. I want my family and my friends and even your my acquaintances out there, and those of you who are subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you watch this, take care of your health. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Take the time to go to the grocery store and walk around the entire grocery store and come back. Do that before you start picking up your vegetables. Don't make a mad dash to the produce aisle and then get right to the register, because what are you rushing home to do? Most of us don't have anything to do when we get home. Some of us do, but a large percentage of people, you just want to get home to do nothing. And it is okay to do nothing sometimes, but that can't be your normal routine. So a suggestion, if you're able to, take your cart, go around the entire store, or go the opposite direction from the produce section and go around the entire store and come to the produce section last. And that you will have gotten, and pick up the pace a little bit when you're doing that. That's for all of us. My grandson, when he comes in the summertime, and I'm so looking forward to when he does come this year, because it'll be his first year in the house, but then he can do the episodes with me every morning that he's here. And we speed walk. We'll race from the grocery store to the car. And he's so fast, I have to tell him, nope, grandma not running. We'll speed walk. And normally, because I can speed my legs a little bit longer, I always win. But he doesn't know that. That's why I want us to speed walk and not run. All right, guys, I'm being silly this morning. So what we're juicing today, Granny Smith apple, celery, and a little bit of ginger. So I hope that you did get some good information, because I think I'm going to stay there a little bit on the cardiovascular disease, not knowing that the heart is just not getting the oxygen that it needs. The lungs is not able to get the oxygen that it needs. So everything is connected in the body. It all is connected in the body, every bit of it. I see my neighbors out this morning getting their cardio, and we're kind of on a hill, and I can see them because they have their babies in their carriages, and you can see how the going up the hill is pulling those leg muscles. And so I admire those women out there getting in their cardio, because I feel like, you know what, I'm going to invite y'all out with me. Not every day will you go with me, but on my first day out, I think I'm going to get y'all to walk with me and see how I start breathing as I am trying to get my exercise. But what I am doing, like I said before, I've already started pre-workout, meaning I'm doing things with my body. I'm doing things with my legs. I'm doing my twist and my bends and my lifting of my arms, so that when I actually go into a full, maybe 30-minute walk, which is 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes back, I have already prepared my body for that. So guys, here we are, Granny Smith apples. They're high in fiber. They have a high mineral content. These apples contain iron, zinc, copper, manganese, potassium, which are trace minerals and are a must for human health and well-being. The iron in apples is a trace element, and it helps in raising the levels of blood oxygen. Sometimes, like I told y'all today, I couldn't figure out, what am I juicing? What are we doing? I just printed the cardiovascular information out before I came on camera. So I know that, but I chose the apples. Well, I really didn't, because it's obvious the Holy Spirit wanted me to talk about this today. But I did not know that about the Granny Smith apples because I always give you all a short version of the benefits of it. But I decided to go into more detail because I want us to know what we are getting in our bodies. I keep looking at my clock. But it raises the levels of blood oxygen and helps in increased metabolic rate. They are low in fat, meaning it also collects the fats in the blood vessels and helps in maintaining proper blood flow to the heart, preventing the chances of strokes. Now look at that. I didn't know that. Y'all really think that I am doing enough research to connect the juice that I'm doing to the information that I'm giving? Not when it came to cardiovascular disease. Like I told y'all before, and I think that y'all really need to understand that God healed me, but he healed me with the foods that he left in the earth, and I was willing to change the way that I ate, the things that I put in my body because I wanted to live. And so guys, if you want to live, you just ask him for his grace. His grace is his ability on you to give you the power what you don't have. So when you ask God, can you allow your strength, your power to come upon me so that I can change the way that I think about myself? Can you just do that? Just ask him for his grace. I know the other day when I was at work and I was really hungry and it was time for me to eat. And my mind wanted a particular thing, which was Chinese food is what we call it in Virginia. I don't know what y'all call it in other places, but we call it Chinese food. But I also know that I can't have MSG because it's monosodium glutamate. It makes me crazy. So I can't have that preservative that they put in foods that also is toxic. And so as I was driving towards a Chinese store, though, I'm telling y'all, because I hadn't brought my snack bag. I had drank all my juices, had my little raspberries, but I was really, really ready to eat. Wouldn't say I'm starving because I'm never starving, but I really was ready to eat lunch. And I got in my car and I was headed towards this particular Chinese restaurant. I know that they put sugar, high fructose corn syrup or granulated sugar in their sauce. So I was going to get garlic, broccoli, sounds so good, but they put sugar in the sauce. So I know I can't have the sugar, that type of sugar anyway. And as I turned the corner to go in the direction of the store, I began to pray. And I said, God, please help me to make a right food choice. Please help me to make a right food choice today because I don't want to fail. I don't want to go backwards and I don't want to put something in my body that's going to make me feel bad, that's going to drain my energy. And you know what? There's a place near my shop and I went there and they had the best sandwich. It was a wheat sandwich on wheat bread with toasted sesame seeds on the bread, and it was turkey and arugula lettuce and cheese, onions, had a little bit of bacon on it. But you're talking about a really, really, really good sandwich, and I felt good. I felt good about yielding to the Spirit of God because as I was driving, I just heard him say, go there and get you something to eat. And when I walked in the door, they were closing in 5 minutes. And the lady said to me, she said, we're closing in 5 minutes, but we'll go ahead and fix you something. I had never been in that restaurant, cute little place. And I was grateful. And you know what? I got full. The desire for the Chinese food left. And I'm glad I did that. But just giving y'all some tips on you have to ask for help. The Spirit of God is there. He's not some strange being. He has come into our lives as believers, as Christians, and those of you who have accepted Christ. He's come into our lives to give us strength, to help us. He's come alongside of us. He has hooked on himself to us. So he's waiting for us to ask him, please help me, Father. Please take this desire from me, Father, whatever that desire may be. Mine was just Chinese food because it's something that I used to eat as a little girl. Right? Yeah. But you know what? He gave me victory. To God be the glory. Another thing that the Granny Smith apples do prevent skin cancer. It contains vitamin C that helps in preventing skin cells damage by free radicals and thus reduces the chances of skin cancer. Now you see that, guys, even the vitamin C that we get in the pineapples, that we get in our oranges, that we're getting in our apples, it also helps not just with other types of cancer, but it also helps with skin cancer because it's going in and it's taking care of the free radicals. Free radicals will cause whatever type of negative cells to begin to grow, but the way we kill them off is with the antioxidant rich foods. Um, the apples are rich in antioxidants. It contains these antioxidants build help in cell rebuilding and cell rejuvenation. That's what we are learning. And I didn't use that terminology, but it rebuilds cells, it rejuvenates the cells, it kills off the bad cells. This also helps you in maintaining healthy and glowing skin. The antioxidants also protect your liver and ensure its proper functioning because the liver is the brains of the rest of the body. If the liver is down, if the liver is bad, then the rest of the body is not going to be able to give off the nutrients that it needs to go into the blood and to keep that oxygen, rich oxygen levels flowing. I want to say to y'all, please take care of yourself. Please, please, please love on yourself. It prevents Alzheimer's. These apples, having an apple every day prevents chances of old age neurological disorders like Alzheimer's. When I was a little girl, they used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And so, you know what? I think you want to have less visits to the doctor as the older you get, because I heard at one of my elderly patients, I asked her, how are you doing? And she said, oh, besides going to the doctor, that's my whole life now. And I thought, wow, I don't want that to be my confession, that all I do is wait for my next doctor's appointment. How boring. Because I want to say to y'all, may I suggest that you write your book? And even if you don't want to get your book published, at least your children will have the history of your life, the good and the bad, so that they can see, wow, this is a great read, and maybe they'll get it published one day. But why won't you, if you keep saying as you're aging, because I'm talking to elderly people today, and I'm talking about 70 and up, because to me, I'm 65, I'm not elderly yet. Yes, I am. I'm a senior citizen. But I want to say to all of us who are aging, whatever our age is, get your journal and start writing out your life. If you say you don't have anything to do, and you know what it'll do? It'll begin to jog your memory, and it'll begin to help you to write down the things that hurt you or the things that gave you much joy, things that you really enjoyed. What about that trip you took with your friend, or the trip you took with your family, or you had a girls' night out, or you and the guys hung out, or whatever it is, or you got on your bicycle with your little friends and you rode up the street, or you rode around the neighborhood, you went skating, or you went ice skiing, or you went to the mountains and you actually snow skied. All of those, you went skiing on the snow, I should say. You one year, my husband and I went up to, I don't remember the area in Virginia, but we went in the mountains in Virginia, and we actually got on a hot air balloon. So all of those are memories that you can write out to let your children know that you just did not exist at all. You weren't here. You serve no purpose. You do serve purpose. Don't tell yourself that. You have lived a really good, rich life. Write out your memoirs because somebody would love to read about your journey. I promise you they would. You may not think that you're that important, but let me tell you, you're that important. And people like myself who are really nosy, or let me put it this way, who are really curious and inquisitive, I would love to read your story. You know why? Because it tells me that your journey was your journey that God gave you, and you lived it to the best of your ability. So that's why you are very important. So don't think that you don't have anything to do. And then if you really don't think you have anything to do, what about the gifting that God has given you? Go over and work with some children in a school, or go and volunteer somewhere. It's not just always at church, because the world needs us in their life as well. That's enough of that. This Granny Smith apples, taking apple juice regularly can prevent chances of asthma, which is a hypersensitive allergic disorder. Who knew? Who knew? Didn't know. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. See, and I'm gonna clarify this. This is juice that you make on your own. We can't have processed. We can starting out, but the processed juices, a lot of the nutrients have been lost because of the shelf life of that particular item. So let's make fresh juice. For those of you who can, go to the description box, order your juicer, order the items in there that you like, that you see that's in the description box. Order that NIV Bible that's down there because it is a really good read. That was my very first Bible. Somebody gave it to me because they wanted me to not jump into the King James, and they knew that I probably wouldn't have read it. So order your Bible from up there. Um, it prevents diabetes. Green apples contain polyphenols, plant-based compounds that help protect against type 2 diabetes. They're rich in fiber when you eat them, which slows down digestion and the absorption of fructose sugar. As a result, fructose is released slowly into the bloodstream and does not raise the blood sugar quickly. Green apples also have comparatively low glycemic index and glycemic load, thus helping in preventing or reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes, helping and reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Come on, guys. Let's eat our fruits, let's eat our vegetables, let's eat them raw. And my suggestion is at least 3 times a week, eat your vegetables raw, eat your fruits raw, those that can be eaten raw. They're rich in vitamin A, B, and C. These are natural detoxifiers. Naturally, the Granny Smith apples detoxes the body. A lot of people are paying millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or thousands of dollars to go to a clinic and be detoxed, when if you did your own research, and sometimes if we're saying, oh, I don't have time to do that, really, you don't. In 24 hours, you don't have time to do research on one thing that you're putting in your body. It's hard for me to believe. It's really hard for me to believe. In 24 hours, you are not taking the time to do research on what you're putting in your body? Okay. I'm just going to leave that alone. We must eat our fruits and vegetables. I cannot say that enough. But it's packed with a good dose of fiber. This green juice, now listen to this. This green juice from these apples keeps your liver, kidney, and digestive system free from toxins and harmful elements. Now, if you eat them, the presence of fiber also ensures that you are free of constipation issues. I'm telling y'all, before I eat anything or while I'm eating anything, even when I had that sandwich the other day, I was still eating my raspberries and my blackberries. I have blackberries in the refrigerator at work to ensure that I make sure that I am getting those seeded berries in my system every day, because I do not like that feeling, and I love the feeling of a smooth move, because you can go on with your day. You've eliminated, and you can go on with your day. The presence of fiber, it ensures you are free from constipation. The high fiber content in this juice also helps in cutting down the risk of developing colon cancer. This juice is a treasure trove of a wide variety of minerals, including copper, iron, potassium, and manganese. All of these elements play a major role in keeping you in good health. Iron especially is known to aid in better absorption of oxygen, which in turn boosts the metabolic rate of your body. Remember, for people who are anemic, and that's for people who are smoking, who are doing drugs, who are drinking alcohol, you are actually doing more damage to your system than you really think. And you don't want that. You don't want your body to shut down on you because you're not giving it the antioxidant rich foods that you need. And along with it being a detoxifying agent, green apple juice is also known to possess antioxidants in good quantities. These antioxidants actually prevent the free radicals from damaging the liver. This in turn ensures that your liver functions properly while keeping it safe from various hepatic conditions, hepatitis, those conditions. People who drink also have problems with their liver as well. Now, these apples help you to lose weight. That's a good thing, right? Protects you from inflammatory conditions. Green apple juice. Now, this is all about apple juice. As mentioned above, contains a good dose of antioxidants. These antioxidants actually help in safeguarding your body from oxidative stress, include in oxidative stress induced inflammatory conditions. We talked about inflammation. Remember, we have acute and chronic. Acute is where your body is making these inflammation cells. Those are good cells to help your body to protect against sickness and sores. So that acute inflammation, again, is like the power of Almighty God because it goes in. And that's why the body heals itself. When your body stops healing itself or is slow to heal, when you have a cut, a bruise, surgery, or whatever, it means that you are not antioxidant rich. Free radicals have taken over and you're not doing the right things to fight off those free radicals. Such as rheumatism and arthritis. This is what these Granny Smith apples will do. This is a lot. Studies suggest that senior citizens who suffer from such inflammatory conditions should include green apple juice in their diet. Fresh juice, fresh juice, fresh juice. Go in the description box and order your juicer. Just do that today. You've been thinking about it. You've been wondering. I had a customer that came in that wants some furniture reupholstered, and he's been talking to me for 3 weeks. And I told him, I said, you know what? You're really overthinking this. And he said to me, Mama, I'm not overthinking it, but I just want to make an informed decision. And all I could do was laugh at him because I thought, He said, can I still call you and ask you questions? I said, you can call me anytime, but I'm telling you, because what people don't understand is we get busy. You want your stuff done. And as soon as you make a decision, you think that you're going to get it done right away. It's the same with us. We think that once we make the decision to start juicing or taking care of our health, that we're going to get results right away. That's not true. But I promise you, in 4 months, your whole system will have changed. I promise you that. If you do this every single day and cut out the foolish food. I call it foolish, dirty food. It's dirty, deadly food, fried food, greasy food. All of the food, change just the way you prepare it. That's all. You're changing your taste buds. I said that earlier. All right. Let me take a deep breath. These Granny Smith apples and the juice that we make from it helps cut down the risk associated with onset asthma. So these apples are good for your lungs. They're good for your lungs. People who are regular smokers can also rely on this fresh delight to safeguard themselves from obstructive pulmonary diseases. So even for those of you who have not stopped smoking yet, this is going to help protect you from those free radicals that you are willingly inviting into your body when you do smoke. It's good for your vision because they're full of vitamin A. It's good for blood clotting because it's full of vitamin K. People who drink this juice possess a better wound repairing and healing potential. Women who have extremely heavy periods can also use this drink to bring the bleeding under control. Y'all, you know what? See, every time I learn something new about one of the ingredients that we do, that's why I have a quick version of the benefits of apples. But I just heard the Spirit of God say today they need the long version of why I told you that you had to have those Granny Smith apples every single day. And I would slice them up and eat them with my cashews. So guys, listen at this. And it's healthy. It gives us healthy, strong bones. Green apple juice has a rich presence of calcium, which is essential for strengthening the bones and teeth and keeping them healthy. Women, especially in their menopause, should include this drink in their diet to prevent osteoporosis. Granny Smith apple juice. Granny Smith apple juice. Now, this is not even, I actually thought that it was just the apples themselves to eat them, but this is juicing the apples. These are the benefits of juicing the apples. Now, I am in love here with this information because it is helping us to make informed decisions about our food choices when we do eat something. Come on, y'all. Skin benefits of green apples. Green apples is an excellent beauty enhancer. Lots of skincare and hair care benefits are associated with green apples. Has anti-aging benefits. Again, it fights off free radicals. This juice nourishes the skin. It's a lot of benefits to apples. Prevents skin diseases, controls and prevents pimples, eliminates dark eye circles, reduces dandruff, enhances hair growth. I'm telling y'all what, even for me, because I try to keep my hair braided because it was not growing, but it was because I had stopped juicing. I had stopped taking care of myself like I once did. I would just take the supplements that I would take the B vitamins supplement, but it wasn't doing for my body what the natural vitamins that come from fruits and vegetables was doing. And I've noticed one thing, that my hair, I'm starting to get baby hair around it, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, what in the world? But it comes from juicing, because my body is now starting to respond to the juicing. Now check this out. We're on episode 39 today. So 39 days of juicing. Look at what I'm seeing, the benefits externally. So can you imagine what it's doing to my insides? Please, please, please don't stop juicing. Don't give up on yourself. Please do not stop juicing. I don't care what's going on in your life. Take the time to pull back enough to take care of you, whether you juice in the morning, in the evening, at night. Please juice. Get the fruits and vegetables in your system. All right, celery. The benefits of celery. They help to lower cholesterol and blood sugar. Let's see. Celery lowers inflammation. It helps to reduce these things in your body. Celery does. Joint pain from arthritis, gout, kidney and liver infections, skin disorders, irritable bowel syndrome. These are just a few. It helps to treat hypertension. It's believed that certain nutrients found in celery can help decrease blood pressure by acting as a smooth muscle relaxant and improving the flow of calcium and potassium into and out of cells. There's also some evidence that celery extract can help blood vessels expand and contract and improve blood flow and aid in overall heart health. Now listen at that, because see, there are questions that I'll ask myself, but I'm too lazy to do the research, because somebody asked me, what can they do for hypertension? Celery. Look, I just love God. He will just order your steps. That's why he said the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. What makes me good or better than anybody else? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. So the steps of all of us are ordered by the Lord, because we are all good in his eyes. So I'm no different than you, but I choose. I get up and I made the choice. I pushed past how I was feeling today. I pushed past it all, because my mind said, you ain't got to juice today. Just go in and upload one of those videos that you've already done. But my heart said, you have to have the fresh juice today. Fresh juice. It can help prevent ulcers. Research believes celery nourishes the stomach, colon, and intestines due to the presence of chemical constituents such as flavonoids, tannins, volatile oils, and alkaloids. These compounds control the level of gastric acid release while also improving the level of protective mucus. See, this body is so complex. That's why I'm telling y'all, we need to really understand what it is that God has made here. That's why we cannot limit those in the body of Christ into one particular role, because do you see how complex this body is? It even talks about now protective mucus. The mucous membranes have to be protected. Even the mucous membranes in the body, the flow and the control of the mucus in the body, celery helps with that. Ooh, Lord have mercy. It helps protect the liver. Celery, along with chicory and barley, reduce fat buildup within the liver, as well as improvements in liver enzyme function and blood lipid levels. Researchers found that more celery, chicory, and barley gave more liver health improvement. Celery, chicory, and barley. So I have barley. There's barley in the pasta that I use. Chicory is good. I do know chicory root is really good for women who are dealing with premenstrual syndrome, and also those emotional type of things that you go through when you're going through your cycle. But I really didn't want to do celery today because I don't necessarily like the taste of it. But it can support digestion and reduce bloating. Celery seeds contain an odorless and oily compound known as MBP that has a diuretic effect and helps the body detox. You know, we get upset when we have to go to the bathroom a lot because of the juices that we're drinking. But every time we're going to the bathroom to urinate, we're releasing toxins, because that is one way to eliminate toxins. It's not just when we're talking. When it comes through the skin, we can eliminate toxins through sweat. We eliminate toxins when we talk because we're breathing in and out, so that we're eliminating toxins even at that. We can't walk around with masks all day. We can't walk with masks. If you're outside, breathe in the fresh air. Oh my goodness. It's so much to learn about this body, guys. So let's take care of ourselves. The celery, let me go back. The digestive benefits of celery are partly due to its diuretic effects, and also because it boosts circulation within the intestines, therefore helping improve digestion and relieving bloating and puffiness from water retention. Studies also suggest that when used in vegetable juice, it can provide polyphenols and fiber, and that may have prebiotic-like effects, supporting the growth of beneficial probiotics, because we need probiotics in our gut to help cleanse the colon so that we can detox the system. Celery doesn't contain sodium. Celery does contain sodium. It does have about 35 milligrams of sodium in one stalk. However, this is a small amount in the scheme of things, especially if you eat a balanced diet. Even most people on low sodium diets can still enjoy this vegetable as long as they don't eat excessive amounts. Again, we can overdo anything. We can abnormally use or abuse anything. So don't think because it helps with certain things that you've heard me listed here, don't OD on something, because then you'll have more problems from it. Okay? It contains antimicrobial properties that fight infections. It can prevent urinary tract infections. So that's the celery today, guys. I got to go on and make this juice, but I'm excited. And you know what? I'm glad we did this today, because I didn't know about cardiovascular disease. I did not know what hypertension was. And so you got information with all of it today and how to prevent it. Just making yourself apple juice. We might just do apple juice on Monday. Nothing in it, just apple juice, plain old apple juice, and enjoy the benefits of that all day long. And I'm going to tell y'all what I did so that I wouldn't have to juice on the weekend, because I do have a very full schedule. And I am teaching at ROCC Church in Newport News tonight. And I am teaching on the prayer of petition, teaching people how to write out your prayer requests, but using scripture to do that, because we can't limit God. I don't like limiting God on how we tell him how he's going to answer us or bless us or heal us. That's not our responsibility, but our responsibility is to continue to go to him and make our requests known to him, right? So I'm going to get that address, guys. I'm going off camera. I know y'all can still hear me because I have my microphone on. So here we are. Regeneration Outreach Christian Center, 13632 Warwick Boulevard, Newport News, Virginia. I will be there tonight at 7 o'clock. And so I am looking forward to seeing those of you who would like to come out. Today is, what is that? February 24th, 2023. And so, y'all, let's make some juice. I kept the green tips on my celery because it all serves nutritious purposes. You know, I can't ignore, um, I really can't ignore the Holy Spirit when he's talking to me. So y'all give me a second because I keep hearing him say, put cilantro in this juice. So I'm going to have to look in my folder. I have to rinse this cilantro off, but I'm going to have to look in my folder and see the benefits of cilantro. And y'all, please forgive me for having my back to the camera. I guess I could turn myself around, but I just keep hearing him say, put cilantro in this juice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then what I'm going to be surprised at is the benefits of the cilantro, right? We already read that on one episode, but I want to see the benefits of it with this particular juice. And so let me just take those two bunches. When I fixed the cilantro in the pico de gallo or gallo the other night, I kept the stems, and I just love the way cilantro smells. So we're going to go ahead and put that cilantro in. My cilantro that I'm growing has not matured enough, but before I move forward, I do want to tell y'all the benefits of cilantro. So I'm going to get my folder here, and I am going to go into, let's see, let's look up cilantro so that y'all can know the benefits of cilantro. All right. Cilantro. Whew. All right. Cilantro, the benefits of cilantro. It's brain health. It helps with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. For those of you who did not know that, get some cilantro, not just when you go out to a Mexican restaurant, but go in the description box and order your juicer. When you go to the grocery store, get your Granny Smith apples, get you your celery, especially, get you some ginger, get you some cilantro. And cilantro and parsley look alike, but make sure you read um, the tag that's there telling you what that particular fruit and vegetable is. I'll pull this off for a second. Look at that rich green, that antioxidant rich color there for the that's coming from just the celery and the cilantro. That's giving us the chlorophyll we need for blood. It reduces anxiety. A lot of people, a lot of young people are dealing with the anxiety of what's going on around them, being around other young people, the pressure of maturing, the pressure of what they feel in life, the pressure that's at home, the pressure that's at school, the pressure on getting a new job, the pressure of making the right choices. When I talked to my grandson, I was listening to him, and we should be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. But along with not knowing how to go to God about those things that you're anxious about, drink you some juice with the mm, 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 the cilantro in it, okay? Or just eat you some cilantro, put it on a salad, cook it, but mostly eat it raw. Cilantro is so well known for its ability to lower blood sugar that people with low blood sugar or those taking diabetic medications are warned to be careful with the herb because it will lower your blood sugar. So you have to be careful with it. Cilantro decrease blood sugar and help with obesity and high blood sugar. The effects were similar to the blood sugar medication glibenclamide. I've never heard of that, but we want to make sure that we understand that cilantro does have an effect on managing your blood sugar levels. It prevents food poisoning. People with low blood sugar, that's what it is. People with low blood sugar should be cautious with how much cilantro and coriander they eat. The plant contains enzymes that could reduce blood sugar, so it should be eaten in moderation if you are concerned about low blood sugar. All right. Another thing that cilantro does, if you have been one that has been diagnosed to have heavy metals in your body, it rids the body of that. It rids the body of heavy metals. It protects against oxidative stress, which is including types of cancer, types of heart disease, arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, macular degeneration, and much more. See, we don't believe that what God made for us is really made for us. It's all there. He left it in the earth for us to have a healthy life. But we want to pull away from it and we'll say, well, I'll just eat me a salad. No, we need everything. And I'm grateful to the grocery stores that have a variety of fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Why would you not go in and pull something, eat something that you've never had before? Okay. Cilantro benefits are impressive. Let's see. It's packed with micronutrients, antioxidants, and other medicinal compounds that can have a huge impact on overall health, right? So I think that's it. Reduces anxiety, lowers blood sugar levels, supports heart health, and prevents urinary tract infections. And that is it. So I'm going to keep juicing, guys, because I've got to go to work for a little bit today. Let me put that in there. And I will say, the thing that I love about making apple juice, apples produce a lot of juice. Now, if I sound a little bit muffled, it's because my microphone is muffling out the sound of the juicer, and so it would muffle out my voice just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. I'm putting a large piece. I'm going to show y'all because I'm going to wrap my hand around it. So that's a pretty large piece of ginger that's going in the juice. But ginger is really good for our blood, for our lungs. Make sure when you do your grocery shopping this weekend, make sure that you add into your basket some Granny Smith apples and some celery. Right, guys? So you can get oxygen-rich food. All right. So I'm going to just mix that up. Those apples actually lighten the greenness, but isn't that beautiful? Good morning, everybody. Love on yourself. If you don't love yourself, you have nothing to give to anybody else. And I keep telling you that. We think we do, but we don't. You know, if we would take care of ourselves and get all of the toxicity out of our systems, we would be much better people and we would really be able to help somebody else. So there's that juice and yum, yum. We're going to taste it. I'm going to see which one of these ingredients is most overpowering in the taste. So I'm going to tell you in a second. Celery it's very strong, but I tell you the apples give it a sweetness. The ginger is very potent because the ginger comes in the back of the juice, meaning instead of having an aftertaste of celery, you have the ginger and then a hint of the cilantro comes. That cilantro comes in like a little mellow flavor that's really smooth for the body. So guys, I am excited. I want you to have a good weekend. But when you go to the grocery store, make sure you get as many green vegetables, but especially your Granny Smith apples. Chew on your Granny Smith apples. Make you some coleslaw and slice up some Granny Smith apples in it. I can't tell you what type of dressing to use on your coleslaw. I know that Duke's mayonnaise, for those of you who deal with diabetes, does not have sugar in it. So guys, have a fantastic week. Enjoy yourself. Have a fantastic weekend. Love on yourself. Be good to yourself. And why not write your memoirs? What's wrong with that? When you're sitting around and saying, oh my gosh, especially for people that's retired, I don't have anything to do. Well, now you do. Go ahead and write out your life story, and your grandchildren will be glad to read about it. All right, guys, have a great day. God loves you very much, and He only wants the best for you. That's why He left all of these foods, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, meat in the earth for us to eat. I love you. God loves you more. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and that way you can love somebody else. Bye, guys.